Hello, welcome back to my channel Lady Tea. My name is Natalie and here we are at another tea time video. In these videos I just like to show you some of the trips that I took. Today it's the Aqua Zoo in Leeuwarden, here in the Netherlands. It's up in Friesland, a province at the top of the Netherlands. And these videos I put out on Sunday. And I'm not going to make the promise that these are always going to be every week. If I have something to show you, then I will. And sometimes it's about a trip, sometimes it's just something that I want to talk about. So it's kind of like a vlog, a vlog Sunday, but I don't want to call it a vlog. So here we were at the Aqua Zoo. I really wanted to go here because my current favorite animals are otters, and they have them here. The tiny ones, but also the big sea otters. So I really wanted to see those. And it was supposed to be a surprise for my boyfriend. I told him we were going on a date and I didn't tell him where. But then he asked the day before, like, how long does it take? How long do we have to drive? So I told him, and he was like, oh, are we going to the Aqua Zoo? Because it's close to my parents and that's how far we have to drive usually. I was like, why did you guess it? That's so unfair. But he really loved it and he loved the surprise and we had a really great time. Oh, and the petting zoo. I was so happy. The little goats. It was so cute. And the little guinea pigs. We recently got two guinea pigs of our own. They're called Ratchet and Clank. And they are so adorable. They're getting used to living here more and more. They've been here for 1.5 weeks now, as of the time that I'm recording this. Let's see that polar bear strut. He's just like, hey people, you can kiss my furry butt. I'm going back because I'm going to get something to eat. He's so adorable. And we were on a Saturday, we visited there, but I made sure to book the time slot for early in the morning, because then there aren't too many families with their young children yet. Young children, absolutely amazing, but if you just want to enjoy something in peace, then I tend to book something earlier and not go in the rush hours of the day. So now we could actually go around them and not be too bothered by them. The owl, I was just like, if I'm going to turn away, then he's going to turn his head. I just know it. And of course he did, the bastard. Owls used to be my favorite animals a couple of years ago. Every about 3 or 4 years I change what animal I really love. Before this it used to be foxes. The monkey that was making this sound was all the way up in the trees and I couldn't really tell where he was sitting. But at some point we go around and then we can actually see one of them. He was just making a lot of noise as we were walking through the Aqua Zoo. A noisy little neighbor he is. And this is my favorite time of the year, summer vacation, summer break. I always go to as many places as I can. Now with COVID it's of course limited. But I still like to go to things that I haven't seen in quite a couple of years or that I have never been to before. I always use this time to do that. And of course you had the main roads, but you also had these little branches that you could go over and for a more exciting route. And filming while crossing water isn't always the best plan ever. Ah.
Got it. So spannend.
It was really, really frightening. Walking over that with a camera in your hands. These were the little otters. Oh, I was so excited. So yeah, there is a lot of footage in this video of them, but that's because they're my favorite animals. And they were being fed or something here. Like you're going to see them pull some fishes out in a bit. Oh, it was so adorable. Oh, look at their little whiskers. I love them so much. They're so cute. And they're the first... No, when is he going to grab his little... Oh, you have the fishy first. Look at them eating. Eat you with your... He's like, no, this is my fish. Don't touch it. It's mine. I will not share. Just get your own fishy, little otter. He eventually gets one too, so don't worry. He's going to have a nice little fishy of his own to eat. Look at him. They are so cute. Ah, my heart can't take this. And of course the larger otters. I think these are the sea otters. He was just diving in there like, ugh, now my head is all messed up. Ugh. He was a little model. He was just like, oh, you want to film me? Okay, here I am. I am a bit green and a bit messed up, but hello. I'm going to pose for you. So adorable. He had such big eyes and all that ene growth on his head. I don't know how you call it in English. And the flamingos. And it was so exciting. I know that you can see it in a bit, but as we walked around, there were boats. And I was like, oh, please, let us go on them. And you could go on them. So there were little boats that you could ride across the little lake. You couldn't get close to the animals, of course. Makes sense. But you could get really close to their little environment, their little habitat. It was so nice to actually go through it on the boat. Here we are. And I had never done this before in a rowboat, so that was really exciting as well. As we were walking on the dock, I was like, oh, do we really want to do this? Like, what if I fall in or something? Then my boyfriend was like, you want to do this, so you get your butt over here and in that boat. And he has done this a million times before. So, thanks to him, we made it back onto shore without any problems. He did a really good job of getting us back. Little kangaroos, they were little ones, but they were also these big ones, so you could walk around in their habitat. I was a bit scared, not gonna lie, but... Oh, and these were really vicious, as children could walk up into a little house that oversees their habitat, and they were just running around and sticking their heads out over the fence. They were really aggressive. I don't think that they like people much, or they just had a bad day. And here we have the pelicans. There was one big one. There were two tiny ones in the left corner, or smaller ones. And I think it's one of the women who went over to the left one with the awesome mohawk on his head. And then the big one was like, no, you're my lady. And then she walked over to him and I was like, no, go for the funky one. He has a cool hairdo. But yeah, she wasn't allowed to go to him. It's a sad story. And more penguins. We were so lucky. We were walking around here and we were the only ones left in the habitat. Because you could also walk among these penguins. And then we were so lucky because one of the keepers came around with fish. So we got to see them being fed and there was no one else around. So we didn't have to get in front or anything. We just had a great view of these penguins getting fed. It was amazing. Look at them waggling just behind him like, ooh, 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 we know what's going to happen. We're going to get fish. Get around, get around. They're so adorable. Maybe penguins are going to be my next favorite animals for a little bit. They know exactly where they have to be. And then some of the other ones who were on the other side, they were like, "Ooh, it's fishy time." So they had to dive in. Little sea lion, we didn't get to see them hold a lot. Sometimes he stuck his head up. And of course there was an indoor area with fish and with alligators, crocodiles and turtles. Yes. And what else? An axolotl. Yeah, we had a great time here. We had an awesome time. It was a big park, a big zoo, in which we spent a couple of hours. And then we ended the day off at my boyfriend's parents to drink a cup of coffee and a cup of tea. It was really great. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great summer and that everything turns out the way you planned and you wanted it. Have a great day. Goodbye.